Hey, what's going on, guys? I know it's been a while, but I definitely wanted to share something with you that happened this morning on July 5th. Last night, I was at my father's house on July 4th. We were shooting off fireworks, having a good time, celebrating Independence Day. And, the night ended off where me and my father were talking, and we had a big discussion on timing and how you have to wait on the timing of God. You can't rush things, nor can you miss the timing of God. Things can be too soon, or you can miss it and it can be too late. And if you're too soon or too late, either way, it's just no bueno. It's not good. And things can happen that didn't have to happen. And it was kind of a pill to swallow for me because being as a young person, and most young people have this problem, is that they don't want to wait. So they think of an idea, or they want to do something, or they hear something and they want it right now. They want it now. Microwave faith. And we have problems waiting. Or some people are hesitant, and it may be the timing of God, but they don't want to jump at it, and then they end up missing the timing of God, missing the opportunity, and then having to suffer because they miss the timing of God. The Word of God says that the footsteps of a righteous man are ordered by the Lord. And I don't want to go into a lot of detail. I just definitely wanted to share this part where after we had that conversation, it was about 12:30 in the morning, and I jump in my car and I'm driving off. As I'm driving out of the neighborhood and I'm heading back home with my wife and kids in the car, I'm driving and I didn't see it, but I saw something in the corner of my eye. I just didn't really pay attention to it um, because I'm driving. And my wife was like, "Oh my God, did you see that?" And I was like, "See what?" She's like, "Fire." I was like, "What do you mean fire?" She said, like, there's a lot of fire. So I stopped the car, put the car in reverse, and I backed up. And sure enough, one of the houses, the entire siding from the pine straw that was on the side, had caught fire and was burning off the siding of the house. I mean, the whole thing was catching on fire. It was like 12:30 in the morning. And, I jumped out of the car. I said, "Oh my God." And I'm knocking on the door. I'm ringing the doorbell, knocking on the door, and they won't answer. And I'm like, "Oh my gosh." I'm looking on the side of the house for a spigot or a hose, and they don't have one on that side. And, I'm ringing, and they finally answer the door. And, long story short, the fire gets put out. I'm glad that God was able to use me to be a blessing to those people, because they say that a house is one of the biggest, if not the biggest, investment that you'll ever make in your life. At least that's the case for most people. And I'm glad that I was able to save their house, save their memories, pictures, furniture, whatever the case may be. Pictures, stuff like that. You can't get those memories back. A lot of times. But long story short, we put the fire out, and I told my dad. I called my dad and I told him about it, and he says, "Look at that. That's God confirming to you that timing is crucial." Because if I would have left the house 5 minutes before, I would have never seen the fire. It wouldn't be that big. It probably wouldn't even have started. And if I was 15 minutes later, it would have been too late. The entire house would have caught fire, the whole siding. And most likely it's 12:30 in the morning. They're asleep, and they probably would have noticed way too late. And would have lost something probably very precious to them. A lot of people work their whole lives to get a house. And it was in that specific timing that I was able to catch that fire and put it out, and notify the homeowners. And I'm just really thankful that God was able to teach me that lesson, and also use me as a blessing for somebody else. So, guys, timing is crucial. The timing of God. Not when we want it, but when He wants it. He says He's right on time. We have to be mindful of the fact that timing is key. Not before, not after, but right when God opens up the door of opportunity so that we don't miss it. All right? Timing is key. Remember that. It's crucial. It's important. We need to align ourselves and focus and make sure that we're in the will of God and have the same thought as God. He says our thoughts aren't His thoughts, nor our ways His ways. So we have to make sure that we're aligning ourselves with the will of God to be in His way, His will, and His timing. It's Very crucial, because when you're in His way, I'm telling you, everything will always work out. Stay blessed, keep the faith, and let me know if you have any questions.